Om Swastiastu. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Mr. Wiryawan. Thank you for all the time that was given to our group. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ikuto Novarini, NPM 223057 as a moderator and the first speaker. In this video, we will present the material about Introduction to Semantics. Before we continue, I will explain the 12 aspects that we will present today. The first one, we will explain about the conception of semantics. Number two, scope of semantics. Number three, we have lexical meaning. Number four, we have denotation. Number five, connotation. Number six, pragmatics. Number seven, prase. Number eight, noun prase. Number nine, adjective prase. And number 10, semantic in English language teaching. Number 11, semantic and literally. And the last one, we have conclusion of that all material. Okay, for the first material will be presented by the first speaker. Okay, the conception of semantics. Semantic is the branch of linguistics focused on the study of meaning in language. It investigates how word, phrase, and sentence convey meaning and how this meaning is interpreted by speaker and listeners. Second is scopes of semantics. Scope refers to domain within which a particular linguistic element, such as a word, phrase, or expression, has an effect or meaning. It is a concept used to describe how the interpretation of a word or phrase can change based on its position within a sentence or a large linguistic context. Okay, next is lexical semantics. Lexical semantics is the branch of semantics that studies word meaning. It examines whether words have one or several meanings in what lexical relation they stand to one another. Okay, for the next material will be continued by the second speaker. The second speaker time is yours.
Hello, Mister, and hello, everyone. Thank you for the time given to me. My name is Nikma Widyantari in PM 2230006. So, I will continue my trial about lexical semantics. Lexical semantics focus on the meaning of individual words and their relationship. So, below are some key concepts related to lexical semantics. The first, synonymy. Synonymy words with similar or identical meanings. For example, happy and joyful would mean feeling, delight, or content. Number two, antonymy. Antonymy words with opposite meanings. For example, hot means warm, while cool means cold or freezing. Number three, homonymy. Homonymy words that have the same spelling or pronunciation but different meanings. For example, but can refer to the animal or stick used in sport like baseball. Number four, polysemy. Polysemy words that have multiple related meanings, like can mean not heavy or elimination. Number five, a relationship where one word is a specific type or subset of another words. For example, rose is a specific type of flower. Okay, in this slide, I will discuss about denotation. Denotation is the literal or objective meaning of a word, as opposed to its associated or subjective meaning, which is known as connotation. Denotations are conceived of as the output of the semantic component of the grammar. Okay, in this slide is a sample of denotation. The first, star. Star is a luminous glacial body in outer space. The second, rose. Rose is a flowering plant from the genus Rosa. The third, book. Book is a collection of written, fruit, or blank page bound together. The fourth, house. House is a building used for human residence. Okay, and then connotation. Connotation is the image a word evokes beyond its literal definition. It's the underlying emotion or feeling associated with a word that's not in its literal definition. Slide types of connotation. The first, positive connotation. Positive connotation are words that evoke pleasant or favorable emotion. For example, young positive, energetic, enthusiastic. The second example, slim positive, fit, elegant. Number two, negative connotation. Negative connotations are words that have unpleasant or unfavorable association. For example, childish negative, immature, silly, and teen negative, malnourished, unattractive. Number three, natural connotation. Natural connotations are words that are neither overly positive or negative but still have subtle meaning association. Natural big resemble when describing size but can be positive or negative based on context, e.g. big hurt vs big problem. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Nimari Dwi Ayulan Pratiwi with NPM 22068. Now I will explain about the praise. Praise is a group of words that are studied for their meanings. A praise is a synthetic structure that is made up of more than one word, but it does not have the subject predicate organization of a clause. Characteristic of praise. First is not complete to. A praise does not express a complete to and cannot stand alone as a sentence. For the example is under the table. The second is not subject predicate structure. A praise takes the combination of a subject and a verb. For the example is running quickly. And the last is function in a sentence. Praise acts as building blocks of the sentence, contributing meaning of detail to the overall structure. Non-praise. A non-praise definition is that is a praise or a group of words headed by a noun. The noun in a noun praise can be preceded and followed by any number of modifiers. For the example is noun praise is the red car. Head noun is car. The modifier is the for determiner and red for adjective. The second example is a basket of fruit. The head noun is basket. The modifier is a for determiner of fruit. Of fruit is praise of praise. The third example is my old school bag. The head noun is bag. The modifier is my for possessive and old school for adjective. Adjective praise. Adjective praise is a praise that contains an adjective, but there is more to it than as a whole. An adjective praise is a praise that acts as an adjective by describing a noun. For the example is adjective phrase very beautiful. The head adjective is beautiful. The modifier is very. Example number 2 is afraid of spider. The head adjective is afraid. The modifier is of spider for complement. The third example is too difficult to beginners. The head adjective is difficult. The modifier is too. For beginners is for.
My name is Niputu Anggita with MPM 223015. Here I will explain about two material is semantic in English language teaching. Semantic in English language teaching is the study of the meaning and interpretation of words, phrases, and symbols in an educational setting. It's a crucial aspect of language competence that helps students understand how words are used in different contexts and how they relate to each other. The next material is semantic in literature. Semantic in literature refers to the study of how meaning is constructed, conveyed, and interpreted within literary texts. It explores the meaning of words, phrases, and sentences in their literary context, considering both literal and figurative interpretation. Semantic in literature is crucial for analyzing the symbol and the emotional or intellectual impact of a text. Okay, I will explain about the conclusion. The conclusion is semantic play a crucial role in both language teaching and literary analysis. It helps learners understand the meaning of words, phrases, and sentences, guiding them to navigate both literal and figurative language. In English language teaching, semantic enhance vocabulary acquisition, promote context-based understanding, and help learners become more effective communicators by exploring the relationship between denotation, connotation, polysemy, and figurative language. Students gain deeper insight into how meaning is constructed and interpreted in English.
Okay, that's all about the material from our group. Thank you guys for your attention. Hope you guys have a great day. And now I will close with Paramasanti. Om Santi 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 Om.